be a sniper mid lane. That would be my wager.
I think so as well. Just looking at these picks, Trixie off lane with the Seer makes the most sense, and they want to secure the farm on the Void. And Sniper's definitely a bit stronger in the mid than the Faceless Void, and in the hands of... that's how you say it. I wonder where he came up with that name, bro. I wonder if it has any meaning to him.
I think it's almost Jamaican.
Matumba.
Matumba man.
Let's keep it clean.
If it was M-O-N, then perhaps that would be the Mon.
It's Matamba man, so...
Yeah, he's a man. He's not a Mon. He's a man. Okay, let's take a look at some rosters here. Radiant side, we've got Fnatic, and this is a shadow of the team known as Fnatic. Trixie, the one last standing member.
Trixie +4.
Yeah, Trixie +4. That's a... 4 friends in Krilly, now turning into 4FT, 4 friends in Trixie. Anyway, he'll be headed to the offlane here on the Darkseer, and that'll put Boogie here on the Witch Doctor. And whoa, look at this headpiece. I don't know.
Yeah, this guy is decorated.
The uncommon crocodile hat. Is that what the flux is going on with this thing? He's got a snake around his head. There's a snake on my neck. What the hell? Okay, I've never seen that cosplay.
Snaggletooth.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Matumba, he's rocking the fisherman hat here. I like that. The gunslinger. He'll be on the sniper, throwing some shrapnels around here in the mid lane. And in the in the bottom, that puts Jerax on the Sand King, the Scorpion, and Volix on the faceless motherfucker.
And in your dire side, we got the HellRaisers. Yesterday, they had a heartbreaking loss to Alliance, looking to bounce back. They may be out of the running, but they still want to put on a big performance here. Starting with your top lane, we got Immune playing your Vengeful Spirit. Shortly nearby on your Skywrath Mage, we got Dubas, or Dubas. Also, in the top, it is actually going to be a safe flame farming art style on your Phantom Assassin. In the mid lane, then, this leaves Yokai? Yoki. He's playing your Silencer, and that leaves in your offlane here Dread, the streamer. He's playing your Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, Yokai. I like that. So, Silencer versus Sniper. This is a fabulous matchup for the Silencer. As you can see, Curse of the Silent, what's Matumba Man to do besides just stand there and take it? And even Shrapnel, not your most spammable ability, so this should be great for the Silencer out of the gate. And it will actually be a 2-1-2 out of Fnatic. They'll have Jerax up top, keeping Trixie safe, and they'll put the Witch Doctor here, Snaggletooth, down with the Void.
Dread should have a relatively safe time here, finding his own farm on your Nature's Prophet in the offlane, and the earlier farm he can get, the better. Would love to, I guess, acquire the nulls like everyone else likes to do these days. Get a hold of that, maybe go into your blade mail and stuff, work from there, and that heavy damage coming in early, and then benefit that together with the teleportation, adding a big global presence, can go for some early engagements on the side of HellRaisers.
Yeah, Sniper will grab that early point in Shrapnel now, so at least has something to try and deal with this Curse of the Silent. And we'll see how Matumba Man kind of switches his build around a bit. He will, first things first, complete a Wraith Band. And I was thinking he may want to rush a bottle here just so he has something to keep his mana topped off, be able to spam that Shrapnel, not take too much damage, and just give him some sustainability. But normally bottle, not the way you want to go on Sniper. Could be forced into it. Only time will tell. Also hard to say if he wants to go for more of a Shrapnel pushing based build or into that more kind of classic headshot take aim early on.
For Trixie, the offlane has proved to be just too troublesome. I mean, especially with the Skywrath Mage on the other side, there's only so much you can do. You're going to have to be surging yourself out of trouble. So he just does what you can do as a Darkseer, moves towards the jungle, gets an early stack in. That's something he can come back towards a little later, and then be able to try to build up that farm really, really quick.
Dread finds his level 2, and yeah, that's the nice thing about the Darkseer. You can move around. He's going to start stacking up. He's got just a double stack in the hard camp here, but yeah, plenty of camps to breed back to. Already some rotations, though. Boogie and Jerax. This is a pretty good roaming duo. They'll smoke up as they approach the mid lane, and they want to gank Yoki. And this is one weak point of the Silencer. I guess both these mid heroes very susceptible to ganks early on without a true escape mechanism.
They would love to get a hold. They have a fair amount of lockdown to do it too, and Yoki's been putting out some serious spell usage here. Might consider doing it again. Matumba Man happy to see if he can bait Silencer into an opportunity to go for a kill, and then being able to spring the trap and go for that first blood. But at the same time, slowly a gank is coming also their way, but Jarex is going to pull the trigger first, makes a nice burrow strike stun, followed up with their cast, and Boogie is looking to try to take down with some last hits. Can Sniper get the last hit? He can. It's Matumba Man to get first blood, but here we go. Here comes Dubas, jumping right in with your Skywrath Mage. Should be able to return the kill in the mid lane, so one mid laner for another, though benefit for the Sniper to get that first blood bonus.
Yep, and he spends that gold before he goes down. He picks up his bottle and a TP scroll, loses basically nothing. All that reliable gold, 57 left in saving, so this is huge for Fnatic.
Yeah,
and,
very nice start. Good early rotation.
Yep, and I like that he goes for the bottle here. Down bottom lane, we'll see a jump onto Dread. Volix hops forward with the time lapse. That's not time lapse, time walk, and Jarex is there with your burrow strike. That's dead profit. That'll make it 2-1. But anyway, I like that Sniper went with the bottle. I think it makes a little more sense here against this silencer, and with those rune changes, he should be able to get some decent sustainability. But boy, do they want
coming
this Sniper
in from behind. Yeah, immune right there. Here comes potential magic missile. Gets it right here. Matumba Man even under his own tower. Can he manage to get a trade right here? Immune so low and will end up falling. So a 1-for-1 trade. Thank you very much, Shrapnel. But Sniper is the first to fall down here. Concussive shot going to be laid out. Jarex opts to step back instead. And man, a tit for a tat is the theme of this game thus far. 3-3.
Yep. And Jarex taking a lot of damage here. Last word will do some damage, but he will survive. So 3-3 Fnatic should have a little bit of an edge. Yeah, about 500 gold, minor experience going the way of the HellRaisers. Volix soon to find his level 6. This is a nice little safe lane here for Fnatic. He is getting a lot of farm, going for the power treads early on. Up top, Trixie. He'll get the silence a little bit too late, but it doesn't matter. That second point in surge, not enough to keep him alive.
Proving part of the reason why he did not want to be in this lane and go to the jungle instead. Just too much harassment. Skywrath Mage, Vengeful Spirit, just proving to be a hard tri lane to go up against. And the continuation of space and that little bit of extra farm there for this PA to bring it in, because late game she can be a big nuisance. But you can also say the same about your Sniper, and well, at that time comes, your Faceless Void's going to have the Chrono. PA will have nowhere to go, and that will set up a prime opportunity for the Sniper to kind of shoot her down. So that's for another day, though. It's something to look forward to, I guess.
Definitely. I think Void will move into a Mask of Madness build, going for the very aggressive style, maxing out Time Lock as his primary, so looking just to find some easy kill setups when he hits level 7. And if anybody's foolish enough to come his way, Volix will have some solo kill potential. PA just moving into some phase boots. So we're curious to see how Artstyle builds PA. Usually I think the best, most successful build we've seen is some early game aggression. You get your phase boots, maybe an Aquila, work on some drums. You know, everyone likes some of the music here and there. And then move into more of like a mid-game Battle Fury, around that 25-minute mark, so you can get a little bit of an edge early on, get some kills, and then revert back to farming towards that mid-game to really let you snowball towards the late. But we'll see how it works out. And it's sort of hit or miss. Some PAs love that Battle Fury, and others not so keen.
Your bounty rune there on the bottom, but that leaves the blueberry rune here at the top. It's a DD. It's going to be swiftly guarded out and picked up by Yoki on your silencer, who returns it right back to the mid lane here. And we'll see. It's been Witch Doctor here really babysitting the Sniper. Doesn't want to allow any sort of easy opportunity for them to engage, but that could be something they're thinking about here. Is Dubas in the neighborhood on the Skywrath Mage. Might be considering an opportunity to move on in here. That double damage could help that out.
Yep. And Yoki has found his level 6, so now Global Silence is online, and he's ready to fight. That's a big ultimate, as is Sniper's. Assassinate is not one to be underestimated. 350 damage, 2,000 range, pretty solid.
That's something to look out for too later on, is, you know, we talk about the typical combo of the Witch Doctor and Faceless Void, but if Silencer does not get caught out, all he has to do is pretty much press the R button, and that Death Ward is going to be taken care of.
Yep. Glancing at the graph here, HR actually finding some slightly better farm around the map. This mid matchup, Yoki pulling way ahead, 31-11 versus the 17-3 Sniper.
That's a big difference.
I think a lot of it because of the rotations that have been moving around, but still, Sniper feeling the pain. Pain train.
Still a high ceiling for Sniper to try to bring this one back, but yeah, a farms up Sniper can truly be a big nuisance. But you can say the same for Faceless Void, who is king of CS thus far, 47-20. Serious denies coming the way for Volix right now, as he is uncontested in this lane. Ninja Prophet's like, yeah, he's like, I don't even want to deal with this crap. Dread's like, I'm in the jungle, I'm gonna just work here.
Yeah, and I like this. He'll go Power Treads probably straight into a Maelstrom. I suppose it could be a Midas, but Maelstrom first is that much more common build, gives Prophet some more right-click early on. No tally's coming out of Dread, and he's not one of the cool kids. He's going all hipster on this. I don't need no tally.
Kind of build I like, though. Yeah, more Maelstrom early, more
Hipster
wave clearing.
guy.
Yeah, and liking get that early bit of farm right there, I think works out nicely. And maybe if you want to go in mobility, and that Blink Dagger works out good too. But look at this smoke as they look to come in from behind. That convenient new pathway could set up for a nice easy gank here. They go right through the tower. Trixie sees it coming, tries to get away, but he's put into a corner right now, and he will be taken down. And it is Skywrath Mage to pick up that kill. Rotations to come in, but that global silence is going to prevent Faceless Void. He does manage to jump on forward, fakes out once, fakes out twice. Can he find the Chronosphere? Yes, he can. Hello, Immune. How you doing? I'm going to knock you on the backside a bit, and will be able to pick up the kill. So, making it worth the while in the rotation, almost being able to get away, but they also commit Matumba Man to this top lane.
Yeah, it's a pretty big rotation. Still not so bad for Fnatic. I guess you could call it a slightly better trade for HR. 2 TPs, plus it's a off-laner core for just the support. But still, good stuff. And end of the day, it is Void getting a kill. He is that leading farmer right now. That'll add more to his farm, of course, and put him one step closer to that Mask of Madness about halfway through the recipe. Great stuff there. Boogie, almost level 5, and Witch Doctor, one of those supports, once he hits level 6, becomes basically a different hero.
So Trixie's picked up his Soul Ring. I would imagine this is just going to be your standard reliable Soul Ring, not that he's immediately planning to build into a Bloodstone or anything crazy like that. I'd imagine he will be the mech holder for his team, and then if you are valuing some big initiation, he could go for the Blink Dagger eventually down the road. But for now, trying not to feed over any sort of unnecessary kills, finding some sort of side farm, using the Ion Shell as best as possible. No points yet into the vacuum, and this is just part of the deal when you do with your Darkseer. It takes a fair amount of experience and time for him to get to a point where he can really have an impact in team fights, because you got to get an ultimate up, level 1, maybe even level 2, and then a couple of levels in vacuum. There he gets his first level into it, skipping over that ultimate, so there's a prime example. It's just going to take a long bit of time before he can eventually have a big impact in team fights.
Yeah, Darkseer has what I like to call Dazzle Syndrome, where every ability is worth leveling up, and it's just hard for him early on. Also, his ultimate, you'll see a lot of Darkseers hold it until level 10, level 11, and then just get him right in succession like that, but it does do 150 just straight up damage, so if you get it at level 6 or level 7, it does actually pack it a decent little punch if you want to start to group up and team fight. But I think the lack of that shows that Fnatic do want to sit back and continue farming. Jerax has been pretty quiet in the jungle. We haven't put too much focus on him, but 10.5 minutes in, he's at 2,050 gold, and he'll be well on his way to a blink here in just about a minute's time. There's your farming tool on HR, though, and it's Yoki on the silencer with a Midas.
Yeah, 10 minutes, it's okay, and it looks like they are going to decide to go for heavy farm, and well, Fnatic do recognize this. Many say that a Midas is at its worst right after you get it, because really all it's contributing is a little extra attack speed and of course that extra bit of gold, but as far as survivability or anything else, it gets a little bit rougher. And look at that, it is also a Midas on Nature's Prophet. Midas gaming here for the HellRaisers, something we haven't seen in quite a while as far as teams going with the full Midas kind of a build.
Now this could be scary because Fnatic have a very obvious team fight composition, and towards the mid game eventually they'll be looking to group up and start working some of this combo. Now they'll have the Blink Dagger on Sand King. That's the first piece of the puzzle. Matumba Man still finding some of his core farm early on. Actually we'll have his power treads here on the Courier, but Trixie coming online a bit, and once Witch Doctor hits 6, I think they'll be ready to fight. Volits with a Mask of Madness to boot.
Jerax has his Blink Dagger, and he's got his Epi, so they might want to fight even before that. They smoke up, and they're looking to rush towards this top lane. They would love to get pickoff onto the Artstyle PA, but remember, somewhere else in the world, you got a silencer with a global here, so you got to make sure you make the right call at the right time. They jump in on Immune. There's your Burrow Strike forward. He's probably going to wait for the channeling, but there's your Dust. They pop out the Dust immediately, and Immune, very low life though. Oh, they managed to get the jump back there. Nice catch off. It's Artstyle. It picks out Jerax. Jump forward. Chrono catches on 2, but it also catches on Trixie and Dread right outside the mark, getting some right clicks in. 1 for 2, 1 for 3. Dread with a double kill. Oh, for a team that's got a lot of Midases, this is some sweet farm working their way. And oh, Dread could have put the TP a little further forward, but
is this going to be enough to get
yes,
the Void?
It is.
Oh, daddy.
Wow. Huge team fight and turn of events for HellRaisers.
And that's the team with 2 Midases. That's not supposed to happen, Coddle Guy. That is scary stuff.
That is a global silence really going to town right now and just shutting down the early momentum there of Fnatic as That is huge for HellRaisers, but hey, the first time we've seen HellRaisers with a promising start, and hopefully it's not the curse of the HellRaisers.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, mid lane, Matumba Man did get some space, and he finishes off that tier 1 tower, though it looks like HellRaisers might be able to get one of their own. No, nice double stun from Jerax on 2. He'll channel the ultimate, the FP will fly through, and it'll be a 2-for-0 on the top lane. Double kill for Jerax, as they will secure a deny on this tier 1 tower. Very, very nicely done. Now Fnatic gets some much-needed recovery. Look at this graph. It's going down, coming right back up, making a little gully there.
Fnatic would definitely love to be prized on getting those early
Valax down bottom. That's a Mystic Flare. Art style almost brings him down.
No! Nice.
Look at this.
That damage. The Mask of Madness as well, as he tries to get away. Very careful, as he doesn't want to take an extra hit, even if a lingering wave of terror would have got him. But no, Jerax shows up with no mana to work with, and okay, dodges it out with the Sandstorm, but oh god, if we get into the rotation, it's nice swift blink to go over on the right-hand side. Are they going to be able to scout him out here? They can't see it. Wave coming down, 7 seconds. Dread, hi, how you doing there? Here's my trees and my friends. I'm going to right-click it down. See you later, punk. And they get it done.
Was that your Sir Action slacks there?
I don't know. Whatever. So they decide to pull out the Treants, and they're going to just add some extra pressure here on that tier 1. Remember, fortification is up and available. Should be used for this tier 1 tower, as it should be for all tier 1 towers. There it is on cue. Time to glyph it, and they get it done.
Flip it or ticket, and it'll go down top lane. Fnatic thinking about making a push of their own, but won't be able to do it. That'll make it 2-1 in total tower kills. Of course, one of the kills from HR was denied. And, is that, I thought that was a global at first. As Yoki, he takes an assassinate to the face, but he'll be all right. I think Yoki will probably be looking to rush an Aghanim Scepter. One of the best items on the silencer. It's just so damn good. Gives you an extra second of utility silence, but also gives you that Curse of the Silent. And you can get the double curse, full duration. The damage is just disgusting, Coddle Guy. It is gross.
It certainly is, and it's only going to get better for him as time goes on here. And well, look at that. Dread sporting about 2.2k gold, and yeah, Yuki with the bluff of farm right there. You know, it's going to be on Fnatic here in those big team fights to try to make something happen, but with the global silence on the other team, it gets a bit rough, and we'll see if Fnatic are going to be more pressured on trying to get a hold of those BKBs, and well, it looks like that could be the case. Faceless Void already has an Ogre Club, and you know what, that would be very nice to have, especially considering that there is going to be a Skywrath Mage on the other team. Does not want to get blown up from a Mystic Flare with his own Chrono, but here we go, jump in top lane, yeah, Boogie going to get caught out, but Swift Burrow Strike not going to be enough to save his ally in need, but can they at least get the return kill here? Yes, they can. Global's going to be popped up, but that's because they're using it on the bottom lane where they do manage to take out Valax, and they get a sweet takedown on the Faceless Void, making it a 2-for-2 trade at the end of it. Jerax Epi jump in, Burrow catches on 2! Huge Epi coming out from Jerax as he swipes down another. Yoki looks to return back with the curse, but Matumba Man says, let's get this son of a bitch, as they continue to come in from the backside. Can they get it in there? No mana to work with, no Burrow, but a blink forward. Still going to be worked. There's your curse going to be thrown out. Lines up the... Smell my ass, sir. Smell my ass. Body block, body block, body block. Oh, come on, get some more shots in Yoki. Trying to swaddle away from this one, but still no mana on Jerax. Another blink forward and auto attack, but no. Not quite enough to get the job done, and poor Jerax might get hit here. They're on pursuit right now. If we can get some other Fnatic member here to aid out, that would be ideal, and he's going to look to hide it away.
Matumba Man in some trouble. Art Style hops forward, but Valax, he's there with the Chrono. Matumba Man caught inside, but he's getting healed up from Boogie on the outside. In comes Dread. He'll TP forward. Matumba Man still in big trouble. The coup de grace to bring him down in style. Now Jerax comes forward doing as much damage as he can. Boogie with the ultimate. The Death Ward will bring him down, but now Boogie, he's in trouble. He's going to get taken out. They'll go on to Valax, and in comes Immune. Nice stun once more from Jerax. He's on the run, but takes the dagger to the face. It'll slow him down, but will it be enough? He will. This elusive Sand King. Now he gets swapped. He'll take another dagger. It's a double kill for Immune, and it's HR that come out ahead when that fight is all said and done. But up top, Trixie, he found a tower kill out of it.
That got hot and heavy real quick there on the bottom. That was all over the place.
That was explosive.
That woke me up a little bit. I percolated for that fight, that's for sure. But, you know, one thing I noticed, and this is a big, big deal, is so Faceless Void received that recent change. You drop down the Chronosphere, and let's say you try to catch out someone like your PA. Well, guess what? Now that blur works in the Chronosphere, and we saw plenty of swings thrown and no damage being done. And that is something that is going to be very crucial and a true beneficiary towards the side of Phantom Assassin. And I was expecting that, oh yeah, Chrono will lock her down, and you got Sniper right there dealing the damage, but it's a coin flip's chance that you'll even get the damage to go across. So look for them to hopefully hopefully try to get MKB at some point in the future.
Whoa, here we go. Initiation in the mid lane, right onto Immune as Jerax once more being super aggressive, has himself an Ion Shell, but out comes the stun from Immune, and Silencer coming in, the rest of HR in hot pursuit. Trixie will be on the run, the Shrapnel will be there to slow him down. Dubas, he'll get assassinated, not enough for the kill, but ouch, that hurts. That does hurt.
Watch it, buddy. And they're going to look to press on back in. Here we go. In pursuit. Matumbaman in trouble as a sniper. Jerax, Epicenter. Can he get the channel off? He can. Looking to go on forward. Artstyle in big trouble here. Can they take down the PA? Oh, the blur. Oh, they get it right there with the Sandstorm. Double kill, though, for Trixie on the other side as he drops down the big ultimate Dread. Trying to get away from this one. Can he? Yes, he can. Not enough time to stop him from going out. They want more. They want blood, and they want silencers. They're moving on forward. That is a funky icon for an assassinate. Smacks him right on the ass as they're still in hot pursuit. There's your surge. Burrow strike forward, and they get it done. Not going to be so lucky this time, Silencer, my friend, as they finally get him down.
Absolutely, and down bottom, Volix pressuring that tier 2 tower. Fnatic will finally take a series of fights they're looking for. Just look at that graph, bow, 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 up and down, back and forth, but it is Fnatic that will start to grab the momentum. BKB starting to come out as Volix just about there. The Mask of Madness complete from Matumbaman. Double Mask of Madness for Fnatic. Game 1, it was double Orchid. Here, it's double Mask. I like these Finn's style.
It's very much like get the chrono down and just blitz trying as much damage. If it's machine gun style, then so be it. But like I said, an MKB might be crucial in this one, especially if it gets to the point where the PA, is going to be a big nuisance, because we've already seen Blur really become a bit of a problem right here, because at level 4 50% is pretty serious. But now look at this, HR, they move themselves onto the Roche pit, and they want to go right on in. And yeah, Radiant have no idea this is happening.
They have very aggressive wards in the dire jungle, but nothing around the Roche pit. And with everyone missing off the map, they might be a bit suspicious, but Roche will fall very quickly. There is a medallion out on the Venge, and that means Roche will melt. Down he goes, uncontested, and it's Artstyle that grabs a second life as he gets one step closer to his Black King bar. Even more items coming out. Now we've got the Force Staff on Jerax, the very elusive Sand King thus far, and that's a level 2 Necronomicon on Dread, his first core item, following that Hand-to-Midas pickup.
Yeah, so a little bit of extra side push happening here, and it's been quite a while since I've seen the Necrobook pick up on Nature's Prophet. Dread's not all about that newfangled style that these kids are doing these days. I like the old way, Nature's Prophet.
He's old school.
I'm old school. I want to get my Midas, I'll get my Necrobook. Maybe I'll consider something else down the line, but for right now, I want the old staples. And Dread's looking to make it work for himself, sporting a 4-4 record. He's not doing too shabby, and well, it's going to come down to eventually starting to take those objectives. They do manage to take down 2 of the tier 1 towers. One more still standing in this mid lane where pretty much Sniper's been holding the fort. On the side of Fnatic, though, they've taken all tier 1 towers and already beginning a little bit of pressure towards these tier 2s.
Yeah, Yoki getting a few steps closer to his Aghanim Scepter also, about 1,300 gold away as Jerax and Artstyle, they'll bump into one another, but casual blink back from Jerax will be able to disjoint the stifling dagger coming his way. No pure damage today, boys. Mech has come out on the Darkseer, but Artstyle, he's coming in. He's going to chop him down. Mech gets used as Trixie does surge away, and will live to tell the tale of the Phantom Assassin.
Now, they want to try to be as elusive as possible. You don't want to hand over any unnecessary kills, but Matumbaman in trouble. They want him bad. They can't get it. Quickly, promptly TPC out of there, and 15 to 15, even as far as kills go, as far as net worth, also relatively even. So this has proven to be quite an exciting matchup here. It was in the past. HellRaisers always off to a strong start and holding on to it for later in the game, but Fnatic proven to stand strong. That final tier 1 set to fall right now. Your early fortification going to be popped, and they're going to use the Treant. So are they going to counter it out? Yeah, he's going to look
wants this.
He'll time it out. He's had some good epis. He can get another one right here. Followed up with a chrono. This could get ugly real quick.
Great positioning from the HellRaisers, though. Look at this spread. They know that there could be a trap set. They won't make it easy. Tower almost gets denied as Volix comes in, goes right onto Artstyle, but he'll get silenced. Jerax blinks down, won't be able to do anything as he gets silenced. Aegis of the Immortal will be used out of the gate, and trading the Aegis for a tier 1 tower, not great, but not bad, and I think HellRaisers will be able to stomach that one. But here we go. Epi from Jerax comes down to the low ground, stun on 2. Yogi and Artstyle taking heavy damage. Mystic Flare to follow up, and it'll be an easy set of kills with the Phantom Assassin and the Silencer. Now the Vengeful Spirit in trouble. The Death Ward doing a lot of damage. Dubas will move into the trees, but to little avail. That's a double kill for Volix and a 4-0 exchange as Fnatic regain, and he lost footing.
4 down. Big team fight, and I bet they wish they had a global silence for that part of the fight, but Fnatic know that, and they have everything they could ever want to set up what looks like the biggest takedown that they've had all game, and now pressing forward. They would love to get a hold of this tier 2. They would love it as much as Twitch chat would love Cyclops, I tell you what.
Woohoo, daddy, look at those shots. It's almost as much as Matumba, man. He's firing rounds left and right, and he's pumping some lead into this tower. Looks like this baby may fall. No glyph is available as it was just used. Boogie will start healing him up as Volix will tank her up, and they'll get her down to half health. And now Fnatic will just slow their roll. Take care, as Sniper only has 2 points in take aim, so his range actually not up to where it will be. BKB picked up on art style, but Jerax comes in, connects with the stun. Volix is there to follow up. BKB's been used. The wall comes down from Trixie, and now they'll start to make the retreat. Dread comes to the high ground, brings down Boogie, brings down the Sand King, and now it's the HellRaisers on the turn. Trixie stuck inside of the tree line. He'll go down. Matumba man, he'll make it out, and Volix, he'll be able to scoot to the other side of the river. He'll survive as well. It's a 3-0 now the other way.
Yeah, that was a bad fight to take. I don't know what they were thinking. They didn't have the benefit of all those big ultimates. No epicenter, no chronosphere at that given time, and I think that was a very questionable decision. Yeah, it would have been huge if they could take down the PA back-to-back times, but they're not going to hand anything over that easy, and I think they should have just pulled back at the point of the rotations of coming in. But for Fnatic, they will pay for it. They lose 3. HellRaisers want to capitalize on this momentum. They shift towards this bottom lane and would love to do some damage here on the tier 2. Dread TP's in, pulls out the Treants, and that's exactly what they're going for.
Yep, and now this glyph will come out for the Radiant side. This should be a tier 2 kill, I think. Volix on the low ground does have himself a Chronosphere at the ready, hanging onto a broadsword, comes in. No Chrono, no friends nearby. Yeah,
doesn't want to go for it.
Double damage on art style. That's scary. Assassinate flies through. Tower stays standing, and now Jerax comes in. Stun onto art style. Art style will blink back to his friends, and now HR on the run. Chrono on the way, but Yoki's there with the global, and Volix will have no way to interrupt it. Immune TP's out.
Jerax though, blink forward. Burrow strike should be able to catch an art. Oh, an epicenter if he wants. Oh, four-step forward, but the BKB will prevent all the additional damage, and now he's forced to sandstorm. I don't think they can commit for it, and they'll just have to take the BKB charge as it is.
He wants this. He'll roast him, he'll toast him, but he'll miss it. Oh no, now he'll get shaken, baked the other way. Artstyle turns it around. In comes Dubas with a Mystic Flare. Won't be on the mark. The Death Ward comes in, and it'll be the end of the Skywrath Mage. Jerax survives, and he proves to be effective bait. They wanted that Scorpion.
And it finally pays off. Taking down that PA is just a huge reward whenever they can for the side of Fnatic. So looks like they're waiting out for the creep wave to show up. Already Sniper getting some shots in on this tier 2. Would love to inherit that little bit of extra gold, and you already see Jerax waiting on the side for the creep wave. Jumps forward, Burrow strikes out and quickly clears it out. So this should make way for an easy tier 2 takedown.
Yep, and no glyph. Yeah, there we go. Down she goes. So, Fnatic, I guess it's, I mean, just look at this graph. This tells the story of the game. It's been completely up and down, but we're essentially zeroed out. Fnatic once more will end on a momentous streak. And, oh, Jerax, this guy is so full of aggression. He had his Wheaties this morning as he is hungry for blood. He'll grab the bounty rune. Oh, it's a whipped Chrono coming out of the void. Immune will walk into it, but not what they were looking for, as Dread repels them with a couple of right clicks, and HR won't be able to find anything out of it. Volix just not quite on point with that one, but you win some, you lose some. You miss 100% of Chronos you don't take, Cattle Guy.
I agree with that. Man, Jerax on the Sand King, man, he is just putting on an impressive performance. For a guy who's well known for playing an Earth Spirit, really doing a good job at support play for today on the side of Fnatic. But here we go, they're jumping on past, they want Boogie. There's an assassination going to throw out, and it does manage to zone PA back, who's pretty wounded from this one. Still, though, trying to pressure the tower on this tier 2, getting some right clicks in with the benefit of that, but they can't quite commit enough, and it looks like HellRaisers will call the retreat.
Yeah. This is really a slugfest. Both teams lay into each other, but now HR see their biggest piece of fighting progression yet. Yoki gets himself the Aghanim Scepter. That's now 6 seconds of global silence, and a level 4 Curse of the Silent that will find its full 6-second duration next time he uses it. And if Fnatic are clumped up, you can double Curse, which really hurts.
So, Chrono on cooldown here. Jerax has Epi though, ready and available, surged out, Ion shelled up. Yoki's already gone, so unfortunately they're not going to be able to catch anyone as they begin to creep on through here in this bottom lane, and they're not going to spot anyone. But Artstyle in the neighborhood. I was considering if he went to the side shop, or the secret shop rather. It could have been pretty tricky, but not going to be the case thus far. Instead, they're just going to have to step back. That tier 2 is very low, so Fnatic might look to put their eyes on that in the near future. But for now, they all congregate towards this bottom lane, looking to farm it up quite a bit right here. We got plenty of time before the Roche is going to be a backup. It looks like potentially could be a pretty big timer here. We'll see in a moment's notice.
Most definitely a big timer indeed. Let's take a look at just general item progression. How are things looking? BKB's been up on the Void. He'll now move into a Crystallis. Looking at the Sniper, he has a Maelstrom, and Jerax pretty close to a BKB, about 1,000 gold or so off the recipe, and he'll be on the money. So stuff looking a little bit better for Fnatic just in general, less that of the Aghanim Scepter on the Silencer. I still think that's the biggest item pickup the Dire side have. The BKB on art style has been sort of hit or miss, and Dread has himself a level 3 Necro Book, and now moving into appears to be a Scythe of Vice coming out next. But here's the smoke rotation from HR. They're moving through the jungle. They're hungry for blood, but Fnatic will position themselves appropriately. Won't get caught. Also Trixie with a Blink Dagger. He's got some initiation power on this Darkseer, who also has a level 2 Wall of Replica.
Yeah, well, imagine that. Jump in, vacuum, set up the wall, Chrono can fly it in, pretty much catch everyone with that said Chrono, and that sets up a good platform for Sniper to do some serious damage from the outside. Maybe an Epi could fly in thereafter, and a Death Ward, of course.
Epi flying through right now. He'll go right on to Art Style. Has a lot of damage to follow up. Trixie's there. They get off the wall. They force out a BKB.
Oh.
That was a lot of ultimates used, and now Dread's coming in. They're going to be in some trouble. Jerax is there, and oh, that's not Jerax, but Trixie. He takes a lot of damage. I'll make Jerax is able to TP out, and Trixie does die. So they bite off a little bit more than they could handle. I don't know.
That was a big ballsy attempt to try to make the go on PA, given that it would have been a very big reward if they did take him down. But of course with that BKB it proved to be too much, and at the convenience of being right into the side of the base, plenty of an opportunity for rotation to come from the HellRaisers, and they do make Fnatic pay by taking down Trixie. So now they're going to have to shake it off, wait for some ultimates to come back up, though they do have the benefit of that Faceless Void ultimate. It is no mana right now, but you're going to wait it a bit. But yeah, jump in on the mid lane. Jerax right back in the fray once more, and Matumba, man, the right click's building up. He wants redemption from a rough early mid lane, and now he gets it back here. And oh, wow, nice Dice Ward. That's not going to be too much damage, but Matumba, man, is going down. But huge burrow strike from Jerax. Pops out, the dust is going to be there, and Jerax will ultimately fall after such a big burrow strike.
Where's the Void? He's nowhere to be found. He's on his way in, and they could have turned this around, but now Fox, he doesn't have the mana for the Chrono. He'll go in anyway. He knows no fears. They'll lose their Witch Doctor. He'll be able to bring down the Phantom Assassin, and it's Bollock's first blow. Now Trixie's there. Are you kidding me? He's got himself the mech. He'll keep his buddy alive, but not long enough. Now it's Trixie versus the world. Can he turn it around? No, it's a full 5-man wipe, and the HellRaisers will come out victorious once more. Fnatic, what were they thinking? They were just running in one at a time.
Yeah,
bad baby.
Man, if they had the Chronosphere and everyone together, that would have been dramatically different for the other side, but well,
man,
he felt the madness, and I guess he wanted to go on there and make it done.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be so awesome, seeing Matumba Man in the tree line just pumping that silencer full of lead, but it just wasn't enough. PA isolated him, and once more this back and forth game is zeroed out here, Counter Guy. It's dead even.
No, but now Tier 2 going to fall, so that's going to slowly swing back towards HellRaisers to get a nice D-ward on the way back out here, and Fnatic are just going to have to regroup here, and just know that that's not the kind of fights you want to be taking. You want to wait for everything to be optimized and online here, and try to maybe come together as a group. Start to employ that buddy-buddy system.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the wombo, but they need to be together to make the combo happen. That is the very definition of the combo.
I agree.
But there is a Scythe of Vice now up on the Nature's Prophet, and Jerax will have his Black King bar, I believe. Recipe, or did he just lose all that gold? Okay, never mind. I thought he was a bit closer than that. So, never mind. Not on the BKB quite yet. Roshan has respawned. So, something that could become a focal point of this game is
and a convenient DD rune right there by the pit. So, yeah, that would be a nice quick grab. And it's just Treant to waddle himself in there and scout it out and say, yes, Roshan up. So, we'll know this. And
delectable himself. Looking at vision around the pit. Radiant don't have much, but their bodies will be here. Dire do have at least one ward down on the low ground. They'll use the Necronomicon to scout it out. Valus goes over the tree line, hops, hops onto Art Style, and the Global Silence is there, locks him in place. He'll use his BKB, but the Void goes down. Now from the high ground, Boogie with the Death Ward doing a lot of damage as Trixie pulls him back into the fray. Dread just tanks it. He goes full man mode, and it'll cost them everything and anything. Trixie, oh God, the pure damage will crit him down. Oh no, now on the high ground, HR going hard on Matumba Man. He'll get chopped down, but Jerax is there with an Epicenter doing a lot of damage. Secures the kill onto the PA, but Boogie, he's on the run. He'll get silenced. He'll make it back. Jerax goes to the low ground, tries to TP, but the swap, that'll interrupt it. And now once more, Fnatic will get scraped up. Only their Witch Doctor will survive, and HR should be able to find themselves a Roshan.
Yep, gets slapped down. There's your haste room right there. And, well, they don't have Dread just yet, but he should be back momentarily, and then they'll be able to make the rotation in. He could even consider buying back if he wants to definitely get in that pit. But for now, they're going to try to make it work with the silencer and the 2 supports. And it's going to be a little extra sweatiness to try to take him down, but I think they could do it eventually. With only Witch Doctor alive, there's no contention to be found.
Yeah, all that minus armor from the Vengeful Spirit just makes it so easy. And Yoki, will he be the one to grab it? Yes, he will once more. And look at this. He's well on his way to a refresher. Has the Oblivion Staff on 1,000 gold to boot. As now HR, they take the biggest lead we've seen this game so far. 3,000 gold or about 2,500 experience now, moving their way.
Entertaining game, though. A lot of big team fight action here. Bit of misplays, though, I would have to say, coming up from Fnatic. They have huge team fight potential, but they're not really synergizing as much as you'd like to see. And it's becoming a rather bit sloppy. And I can imagine it's a bit of commitment issues. You do have the silencer on their team, and that Global has been putting in some serious work. But once they get a hold of BKBs, that could prove to be a little bit better. We'll just have to see if that's going to be the cases. Yep. Faceless Voids, you know, BKB has already been waddled down to only 5 seconds. You got your Darkseer. He does have the benefit of that blinking mechanism. Now he's starting to get a BKB of his own. Witch Doctor, I know he would love to get a hold of a BKB at some point, but it looks like he's actually going to blitz forward towards an Agnum Scepter first. So he has to be careful to put that ward at the conclusion of that global silence.
Yeah, that's the big problem for the Witch Doctor. Getting the channeling off, even with that awesome crocodile necklace, it's just not enough to deter the global. Dire side, though, man, this Nature's Prophet, just look at the net worth difference. Dread is at 18.5k. Next highest is 12k. I mean, he is 50% up on the other leading farmers, and he has just found a lot of farm this game, and maybe that went to his head a little bit, that last fight going just pure man mode against the Death Ward. That was so brave. But now it looks like he'll move into a Mjolnir, probably. Could be an Assault Karas if he really wants to commence in the Rat. But I think just buffing up those right clicks will be where he wants to go. And now PA gets herself a Skull Basher, and probably an Abyssal coming out before too long.
Definitely an Abyssal to come. And yeah, Dread most likely going to be going through that, be able to the wave clear right there. It could also help in removing out the illusions that the Darkseer is going to be bringing with that wall of replicate. If you have, you know, the Mjolnir active on PA, it also is going to work extremely nice. So the only strong benefits I see from picking up that item. So
yeah,
he's actually getting relatively close as well. What is it, like only 200 gold away from having it? Ooh, Jarex blinks on in, gets stuck in the trees right there. He's not caught out from Dread just yet, but he has to wait a bit here before they want to commit.
Dread has a lot of gold sitting around right now, a lot of unreliable, and he'll TP out just in the nick of time as Jarex starts to make the rotation. His buddies rendezvous up top, and Void, he'll be moving into an Aghanims now as well after the crit. So he wants to just get that cooldown a little bit lower and have some more chronos to share around and utilize that teamfight potential. Trixie in an odd spot down here in the bottom, hiding in the tree line. Looks like he'll be completely isolated in fog, and they won't be able to scout him out. Tier 2 tower, will they glyph it? Yes, they will. Dread might still be able to finish it off, though, with all the summons, however, and this siege creep.
Not looking to commit and try to catch out Dread just yet, and Trixie's right there. TP out, he moves in, but no, he doesn't catch anyone out. Oh, he moves forward. He wants to get a hold of Yoki. Yoki pulls out the global here just for a safe escape, and you know, I would hope now that Fnatic recognize global down. They need to make a fight happen now.
Yeah, this is their big window of opportunity. It's a really long cooldown. You've got a 2-minute window here. You know he doesn't have refresher yet, unless... Oh god, he's very close to that refresher. He is a Void Stone away, 700 gold towards it. So this is actually really scary. And if Fnatic are thinking, yes, we have 2 minutes, and then he gets the refresher and they don't, oh god.
I say just go for it still.
Yeah, I think they should. I mean, they don't have that intel of what's on the courier, but there's your full refresher, and it is an Assault Karas on the Nature's Prophet. So you're right, you made a good point about now the auras from the Wall of Replica. We'll be able to steal that. And makes it a little bit more of a peculiar choice from Dread, but...
You know, yeah, but...
all right nonetheless.
That's weird. Yeah, well, yeah, it's a benefit that Darkseer is going to be happy to take, but it does add a lot of extra durability for his whole team. If they do manage to break the base, go for those towers, it does render him useless, so...
And it makes his pushing power a lot more.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's not a it's not a terrible item by all means, of course. So, you know, it's still going to be a prominent pickup for him and his squad. Here's your smoke. They are looking to make a fight happen, but I don't know if they're banking on the fact that there is going to be a refresher here. Silencer's actually blitzing back to the base. He wants to be able to get the mana to make sure he can use all of his items. So the timing here is going to be very, very close as far as when to find a team fight. And they see immune. There's your dropping chrono. No global just yet. Doesn't quite have it to make the mana happen here. There's your blink in from Dread. Pops out the Necro Book to make it go on Trixie here, and there it is. There's your curse. Going to fly out Trixie. Gonna be falling right here. No refresher silence used just then. Matamo Man looking to go toe-to-toe, shooting down Dread as much as possible. BKB going to be popped, gets out the assassinate, but no, does not manage to finish him off. Gets slashed down. It's all on PA now as he looks to push on through and clean out what's left here. Is only the Witch Doctor. Snake on hand trying to waddle away from this one, but yeah.
You've come so far to fall so mighty. That was just not the way they needed to start off this fight. The chrono, they wanted to just catch out the PA, but they didn't have the follow-up damage to bring him down. And the swap from Vengeful Spirit just completely neutered their strategy. And now Boogie is even going to be able to escape here. He's taking a lot of damage. PA coming in, will blink forward, buyback from the sniper. Prophet finishes off the tier 2 tower in the top lane. HellRaisers taking such a strong fight as art style goes back in. This man is brave. Refresh, Yoki with the global. A lot of damage coming out on these heroes. The double curse, and they will be repelled.
He just used global, but I don't know. Did he cancel something? No? Well, he used global.
No, he was just looking for some kills. He had the double curse off and almost killed the Witch Doctor with it. And just the use of that ultimate completely repelled all of Fnatic. They couldn't fight, couldn't do anything. So created some space, and will end as a 1-for-3 exchange, I believe. And they also get the tier 2 tower in the top. So about a 10,000 gold, 10,000 experience lead.
Fnatic should just fight again. Now they see the globals down. They should also have noticed that the refresher's down as well, so there is no chance for it to come back, and their ultimates are going to be back up and available. Epi right there in one more second is going to be grabbed. You got your Chrono available, you got your Darkseer ult available, you got your Death Ward available. This is it. This is the time, and I think they know that. They look to push down the mid lane, and they're going to go right for this tier 2. If they can get it, that's great. If they bring the fight to them, hopefully they can capitalize on that.
Yeah, Directcliff is available. They won't burn it here. It is Matama Man that finishes off the tower, but we've got a rat in the top lane. Dread is just pushing as hard and as fast as he can. A Radiant side. They do have TPs kind of aplenty. Matamba Man, Volix, and Boogie are all lacking TPs right now. This is almost an all-in here, Guy. It's only Trixie and Jerax that can come back for a defense.
Radiant's top towers.
And I feel like those are 2 core heroes they need in this fight. Dread's already at the base. The tier 3 tower is just about dead before they even make it to the Dire base.
Oh man,
they need to get decisive here. They'll TP back just a little too late. Dread's already done a lot of damage.
Vacuum into Epi here. They should be able to lock him in place. They're looking to burst him down. He's brought down to nearly only a third life left. Can they bring him? They can't stop him. Dread with the plays. Able to get a good significant side push, taking down the tier 3, and does make the escape. There's your Maelstrom picked up now, and now he's going to go down that kind of a road. And oh, for Fnatic, they did not have enough to be able to commit, and Dread alone was able to prevent them from getting a big potential team fight away, and now this is going to leave time for Sniper to get that global up and available, maybe even the double global, and at that point, at that point, HellRaisers should be able to hopefully seal the deal on this one.
Sniper's farm is just so lackluster at this point. BKB, Maelstrom, Mask of Madness, he just simply doesn't do enough damage. I think they still have a lot of damage output with this crazy combo, Witch Doctor very close to his Aghanims, but that same problem persists with the Global Silence. It's very easy for him to get interrupted, and PA with an Abyssal Blade can lock them down through BKB. This is getting really scary. That last fight kind of sums up the momentum of this game. Dread just getting a tier 3 basically for nothing, and then still is able to TP out and survive. Now in the bottom lane, Dread almost finds a solo kill on the Void. He'll hex him, use the Necro Book, and completely forces him back.
Yeah, and that movement on the top lane shows why Dread wanted to get that Assault Curios. Without it, maybe he wouldn't have been able to do so much damage.
Not so quickly.
It was a game plan that he had already had set to do that side push, and it works out to his benefit. And now he can even just keep going forward, get a hold of Mjolnir, and get all those benefits as well. So Dread playing a very impressive Nature's Prophet game.
Yeah, this is really getting rough for Fnatic. They need to make something happen and make it happen soon. They're getting to that point of even if they clean up this HR team, they get a huge net worth swing, they're going to have to put it to great use. I mean, this Nature's Prophet is just so big right now, and shutting him down in terms of getting some gold back doesn't take away from the items that he's already picked up. So he still has all of that rat power, and they're just not that equipped to deal with it. Now Jerax heading over the tree line. Looks like they may want to jump on Dread, but there's two heroes here. The rest of HR grouped up in the mid and could try to force a fight there while Dread distracts them in the top lane.
Because it's going to be rough. With a double silence, the teamfight potential that Fnatic have is not going to be happening here. Even with the BKB, oh, there it is. There's your first global. They're looking to go on top lane. Dread looking to take it right back to Trixie. Ooh, can't quite get it down enough. You're popping BKB, but
Trixie
there.
dies. Silencer gets the kill. And now Jerax will BKB
Double silence.
TP home.
Double silence right there. Widely used. And if they want team fight now, they have Chrono available. They look to jump in. There's your Chrono. Actually catches on two, but the swap pulls Art out, and now
Where's the damage?
Sacrificial Lamb as they do manage to take down both of the supports. Death Ward going to fly out right now, but they got to try to take down these cores here. Dread, both alive, looks to jump back, but nice swift over coming out from the void. He does get sheeped up. Oh, Witch Doctor tries to come in and aid his need, and there's your Malik, and they do get a triple kill, however.
It's a full five-man wipe! Oh my gosh! Are they doing it? Let's look at this graph. How much gold did they get? 15,000 net. No, that's experience. Okay, never mind. I got too excited. Still, that's an 8. I was gonna say 15,000. That's a lot.
Yeah.
They still got an 8,000 net worth swing though. That is an ass load.
Yeah. Remember that the numbers were recently tweaked. Had this been the fresh 6.82, that would have been enormous amounts of farm.
So
but still,
you got to give some credit to
those
Boogie,
globals, the dual globals were expended earlier before all the big ultimates were even used, so that allowed Fnatic to have that small window to really lay on a huge team fight. So they capitalized with that, and they take 5 down.
They'll get a third rush. Now, Boogie was the big player there, though. So as I pointed out in that fight, where's the damage coming from? You got Sniper in the back tickling him with his feather rifle, and you've got the Sand King without an ultimate, but without the globals, Boogie got off a huge ultimate. That thing was bouncing around, and that's what softened him up enough to secure that victory, as now Void grabs the cheese, and Sniper gets the Aegis.
I have a bad habit of saying Assault Curious instead of Assault Cuirass, I've noticed. I'm just going to stick with the AC from now on, I guess, for the last of my days.
Yes, the I comes before the R, but...
I'm Assault Curious about why the hell I say that, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, Fnatic, is it enough to get them back in this game? Guy, that's the real question.
That's an MKB. That's what we need, boys. Especially when you got that PA on the other team with that blur. We want to make sure that she's not avoiding all this excessive amount of DPS that we want to put out. So Sniper's like, enough is enough. I want to be able to put as much damage in as possible. But
I like this.
He needs to build up some farm, want to be able to have that buyback secured in case things do get ugly.
Yeah, now this on top of a Mjolnir upgrade, that's a lot of attack speed, a lot of DPS, and if you could get a Daedalus after that, oh my Lanta, that Sniper's hitting so hard. So HR, this is their curse, as we've talked about. Now Artstyle, he gets jumped on. Boogie's right there. Channeling the ultimate, flying through. Look at this Death Ward. Look at it go as it does a lot of damage. Artstyle will try to TP home. Immune will not be so lucky, and it will be a 2-0 as Trixie finishes him off with a vacuum back. Get over here.
Silencer wanted to preserve the global silence for that fight. Didn't want to use it to save his allies in need. I guess instead wants to reserve the ability to do that double global. Given that they could time it out appropriately, it still could be HellRaisers' game if they manage to shut down Fnatic's huge team fight.
Yeah, I don't know about holding the global there. I think interrupting the Witch Doctor would have gone a really long way in allowing them to survive. The Void doesn't really hit that hard right now. Almost all of the damage there came out of the Death Ward bouncing around. It's level 3, and it's one of the highest physical damage output abilities in the game. Is now the base will be under assault. Glyph comes out from the dire side. Artstyle, he gets initiated on. They'll just start chipping at the tower. And HR, they need to make the defense here.
Yeah, because Sniper's just sitting on the low ground, happy to get some pot shots in. And here we go. There's your silence going to be called out. Refresh. Double silence right now as they look to move in. Trixie weighing it out for a bit, but doesn't have any man to work with. Jump in. Slash and dash as here goes Artstyle. Looking to lay it in, but he gets bursted down. It's Matumba Man with the proper positioning from the outside to lay out some serious damage. But yep, Aegis back from the dead and now going to lay it into the racks. And oh man, with Dread and PA down.
No buyback. This could be game. Fnatic might have just done it here. They've got 80 seconds of the two most farmed heroes on the dire side stuck in the grave. Forget about the barracks. Just go for the tier 4s. Jerax will be here. Yoki taking a lot of damage. Immune gets stunned up. He'll go down. Now it's just the silencer.
This is over.
We're in GG territory.
This is a minute left for them to even come back. Plenty of time for these big powerhouse damage dealers now on Fnatic's side to just clear out the base. We're done, folks.
The rubber band man is here. Look at this graph. Look at the experience.
Poor
12,000
HellRaisers.
to 8. This really is their
this
curse.
is the curse of HellRaisers if I ever saw it. Another dramatic goal difference. Oh, bummer.
Your refresher gets killed on the curve here. That's a little unfortunate. That's a pretty big amount of cargo, but look at this. They'll just go right onto Yoki. He gets stunned. The sniper in the background just dropping the hammer. He's pumping his guts full of lead. Lead belly will fall. And now the tier 4s will go down, and this really
now
is
the
it.
goal comes in. They actually have a buyback now. Dread back from the dead. Same with Silence. So they need to get Fnatic out of the base if they want to live to move on to another day. But there's your burrow struck to come on home. Yoki. Oh man, Skyrath looking to go on the hunt. Jarex waddling himself away from that one. It looks like the rest of the Fnatic team gonna try to make their escape, and they will. So
They're
they
still
step
alive,
out, but they live. Buyback though available on Sniper if they look to push on through. 2 sets of racks taken down at the end of that one.
Can the HellRaisers possibly turn this one back around? Looking at the team fight, they get a little bit of gold going their way. The buybacks make that much less cost effective. They still have a lane of barracks standing and a tier 2. They lost one of their tier 4s. This is turning into a nail-biter. We're still at an even game here. Looking at the graph, Fnatic with a 2,000 gold lead. They've got the experience edge, but what do you think here, Kyle Guy? Where are you standing right now? Chances? Who's going to take the win? What are your odds?
I have no idea, but I think HellRaisers, instead of just trying to throw themselves into the Fnatic base, they might need to consider farming up. They should wait it out a bit, secure some buybacks in case things do go very, very poorly here. I mean, Silence is going to be looking to move in. He will have the benefit as it stands right now for at least 1 global silence. You need to have 2, especially considering all the BKBs that are on the Fnatic side. Sniper doesn't even need to use his buyback. He should be materially about instead of the benefit of having Glyph on the Fnatic here. They will be able to stall it out a little bit longer.
They'll find Boogie.
They also make a move here. Dread gets caught out with a Chrono Sphere. There's your first global. Tripsy has to wait out for it. And right now, look at him in. And here comes Art. Art jumps in and going full takes down Void. Void falls. Void buyback. And it goes with the Boogie. They return on a Sniper back from the dead. And they're going to go ahead and scare HellRaisers out from any sort of pushing opportunity.
Wow. So that very costly for Fnatic. A couple of buybacks used, and just look at the gold change. Negative 4,000 for them, positive 2,000 for HR. That's a 6,000 net worth swing once more. And the scrap will get zeroed out, and again, the roller coaster continues on. Buybacks available, only the Sniper and the Dark tier. Everyone else is out of gold, still stuck on cooldown. HR may have a couple coming to take a few successful kills and get some more of that reliable. The Glyph is available for the Radiant side. Remember, Jarak will have a refresher coming up when the courier responds in about 15 seconds. Dread in the front lines will move into barracks. He gets stunned up. The Glyph's already been used. There's your swap from Immune.
Global.
We've got a global flying through, but there's your Chronosphere. Volix going hard onto Art Style. He'll be the first to go down.
Sniper's unleashing on him right now. He's got great positioning on the outside that we expected from the beginning of this draft, and they're really utilizing it. They burst down 3. They're going to get 4 here when they take down Dread. Dread can't get away, and he's going to fall. They don't have buyback again. This is why I felt it was crucial they waited out a bit and be able to secure a second life, but now they don't have it. Fnatic can just kind of move on in and just really take it to them. This could be just an easy finish to the game. And
I think they don't have any buybacks. It has to be. It's just Silencer.
HR, I think it stands for heart-wrenching because this is just terrible.
Wrenching begins with an R now.
I don't know.
Oh, Fnatic. Oh, Fnatic, you have come so far, and you have risen to the challenge. Matumba Man finally hits critical mass. He gets the Crystallis, and this is where he just hits too damn hard. Glyph cooling down here in just 1 second. They'll be able to keep their throne alive a little bit longer. Now Immune gets jumped on. This will be the final fight of the game. Yoki caught inside of the Chrono. Immune goes down. Yoki doesn't have anything left. No global, no nothing, and see you later, alligator.
Oh, no.
GG says Dread, and 50 minutes in. Man, this patch is something else, Cattle Guy. Look at just look at this graph. Just
14K.
look at that thing. Would you look at it? Just look at it. Oh God,
Look at it.
oh man,
These games are exhausting.
They really are. They really are, because and it's not even fake hype when it goes back and forth like that. It's like they're actually going to turn this around. I can't believe it.
The throws, the 3-2-2, it's just from both sides. It's like ridiculous.
The Rubber Band Man has arrived. So only 2 games for our Starladder EU coverage today, but boy, were we in for a treat. 2 good ones here.